Cardano, in my opinion, still has a potential to explode much higher. And the reasoning behind this is because of some of the development work that Cardano has been making on the Cardano blockchain. And in this video, we will basically be going into some of these different developments and past news that have been happening on the Cardano blockchain for the past month or so. And we will be explaining what do these different developments mean for the Cardano blockchain and what it means for a seamless mass adoption of the Cardano blockchain. And these are some of the project developments that I believe are making me super bullish on Cardano. And as many of you probably know is that I love Cardano, and Cardano is my top cryptocurrency in my cryptocurrency portfolio. And I believe Cardano probably represents about 35% of my cryptocurrency portfolio. That is my largest crypto position. So I love this project and I try to keep tab on this project. So let's go ahead and kick in with this video. By the way, welcome back to Chibind Brothers. My name is Joel. Please allow me to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell as it helps us with the YouTube algorithm to get our message to a wider audience. The first thing that we're going to be talking about in this video is the new partnership that Nervos partnership to build the first cross-chain bridge with Cardano. So in this new partnership, as I'm going to be reading down here, is IOHK, which is Input Output, basically the company behind the foundation of Cardano, which is led by Charles Hoskinson, that many of you may already know him. So IOHK and Nervos are teaming up to build a bridge of interoperability between Cardano and the Nervos network. Once completed, this pioneering cross-chain bridge will enable users to transact assets between the two blockchains. The end goal is to foster greater interoperability while expanding the global reach and utility of both Nervos and Cardano. Guys, as you're looking at this, this is great. This is great for both Cardano and Nervos. As Cardano will basically be this cross-chain, is basically they will be linking the Cardano blockchain and the Nervos blockchain together. And we'll be reading into some of the new advantages that this is going to bring. So as I scroll down, we're going to see here, what does this mean in practice? So in practice, this is what this means. Holders of Nervos CK Byte and ADA will be able to transact both currencies interchangeably. So you can transact between the Nervos CKB and the ADA easily, and Nervos users will be able to take advantage of Cardano's native asset standard to create tokens that can be ported and used across both network. So basically here is with the Mary hard fork that Cardano did back, I believe, in March, where they introduced native assets. This means that the Nervos people, the Nervos users can be able to now create new assets on the Cardano blockchain, and that can also basically be interuse between the two platforms. Guys, this is big. And so some of the thing that I believe is pretty interesting here is the fact that having these kind of bridges, this is what is going to allow for a mass adoption of blockchain solution or blockchain technology in the future. Because if Cardano is doing this with Nervos, this means that Cardano in the future will be able to do this with another type of blockchain, and many blockchain, multiple blockchain. This is what actually going to allow this mass adoption, because if multiple blockchain are interoperable, that means you can operate on one blockchain, and then the same thing that you do in this blockchain, you can move it to the other, move it to the other. That's what's going to basically give the users access to a variety of different features on different blockchain that can be interoperable, basically inoperated in between, and this is very bullish for Cardano. So I believe this is one of the bullish moves that Cardano is actually doing. So now let's move on to the next article. So as the page is refreshing, the next article is reimagining peer-to-peer finance with Marlowe. So what is Marlowe? Marlowe is basically a financial language that will be built on the Cardano blockchain, and this will allow users to be able to create smart contract or smart financial contract. And so one of the things that I really want to explain here, especially with the rising of DeFi and the whole DeFi movement on basically, which has basically been built on the Ethereum blockchain. And when we come here, we look at this is a while ago, I logged into my stock trading platform to buy some exchange traded funds or ETF. Alas, the platform was down and it turned out that the surge in GameStop stock had forced quite a few trading platforms to shut down temporarily. We weren't in the middle of a financial crisis, and I never expected that my bank or brokerage would block me from using my own funds without warning. I had assumed that I would always be able to access my funds and place my trade, reap profits or losses, and a service for which I pay a handsome fee. Guys, basically this is where the whole idea of decentralized finance comes, because with platforms such as Robinhood, where with the whole GameStop mania that happened, like you just explained back, I believe in February of this year, is, Robinhood stopped a lot of people from trading GameStop. And this is not good, because Robinhood kind of tried to basically show themselves, or they advertise themselves as democratizing finance, as it's finance for the retail investor, how they're here for the small guys. But they're the first one that blocked us from accessing these financial assets, right? So then the whole idea with peer-to-peer network and this type of DeFi environment is that people will be able to use a new platform, lending platform, and multiple platforms. For example, I did videos the last 2 weeks. I did one video, I think the last 3 weeks. I did one video on synthetics and another video on synthetics, Have and other DeFi project, where I basically explains why DeFi is all about. And all those projects that I explained in that video were projects that are built on the Ethereum blockchain. But then with Cardano coming in, Cardano will be able to bring in a different approach, will be able to bring in much more innovation, because some of those projects on the Ethereum blockchain have issues, especially with gas fees. And this is where as I'm scrolling down, I'm going to show you one thing here. Actually, you know what? I believe it is on the next article. So we're going to move on to the next article. And this next article says, bringing ERC20 to Cardano. So what is the whole idea between ERC20 tokens? ERC20 tokens are tokens that have been built on the Ethereum blockchain. So for example, like Cardano, when they started back, I believe in 2017, Cardano was built on the Ethereum blockchain before they moved it from the Ethereum blockchain into its own blockchain. And that is the same thing with Binance Coin BNB, started on Ethereum and then moved on to the Binance Smart Chain. So then, for example, with the DeFi environment and the DeFi movement that we were just talking about earlier is, according to DeFi Pulse, a tracking website and cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency to a total value of over 75 billion is now locked up in DeFi. A year ago, the total was just 700 million. Most of this value is in the form of crypto assets based on the ERC20 token standard, basically built on Ethereum. So then, here's the thing. But Ethereum proof of work infrastructure is challenged with ever rising cost. The problem is we have high gas fees on the Ethereum blockchain, and that is an issue. And not just that, but as I scroll down here, I'm going to show you is that Ethereum requires much more energy to be able to mine new Ethereum, because Ethereum has a proof of work protocol. I know they're working on Ethereum 2.0, which they will be trying to move from a proof of work to a proof of stake. But hey, as of now, it's still proof of work. That means it's not eco-friendly. It's not environmental friendly. Still needs a lot of energy. But then when we look at Cardano, for example, and as I scroll down, for example, with the gas fees that I spoke about earlier, is when we look at this chart, this shows the gas fees on the Ethereum blockchain from 2015 to 2019, and then in 2019 it just literally spiked up. And this is crazy, guys, because the problem with these gas fees, for some of you that don't understand what gas fees are, basically on the Ethereum blockchain, when you want to use something, let's say you want to launch a smart contract for, let's say you want to do an NFT, a non-fungible token, or whatever kind of operation you want to do, you have to pay a transaction fee. And those transaction fees are called gas fees. And it's getting too expensive. It's hard to scale and it is too slow. But when we look at Cardano, Cardano with its Ouroboros protocol or its proof of stake consensus mechanism, which is Ouroboros versus Ethereum, Cardano is a proof of stake. That means it doesn't need as much energy as Ethereum does. So for example, here it says Ouroboros needs far less energy to process network transactions, and it runs using amount of electricity on the scale of a large house rather than a small country like Ethereum, for example. So Cardano is much more efficient in terms of energy, but also it is eco-friendly, but also needs far lower fees to process transactions. That means the transaction costs are pretty low on the Cardano blockchain, like I just showed you, for example, on the Ethereum blockchain, where we saw the fees spiking up starting in about 2019, guys. So these are all some of the groundwork that Ethereum is doing. And with this ERC20 token that we're talking about here, is Cardano will basically be able to create an ERC20 token converter that will allow projects that have been built on Ethereum to switch from the Ethereum blockchain to the Cardano blockchain seamlessly without any hurdle. And guys, this is big because once some of these implementations are in place, guys, and Cardano has the smart contract in place through Plutus and Marlowe, which we'll be talking about Plutus pretty soon, I'm pretty sure that a lot of these project, DeFi project, other project will be moving from Ethereum to Cardano. And guys, that is bullish. And that is why I still think that Cardano still has the potential to explode in 14x. And if you would like to see my price prediction on Cardano, please, you should go check out my previous video on Cardano that I will link above and in the description below. And I go over in depth in those videos on exactly where I see Cardano going in 2021. So now let's move on to the next and last article for today. And this one says, strategic partners pave way for Plutus contracts. So guys, what is keeping Cardano behind so far? Is because Cardano doesn't have smart contract implemented on their blockchain yet. But with Plutus, here's what this article says. The technical infrastructure is being laid for Plutus smart contract on Cardano, but such infrastructure for decentralized finance is like a road with no cars if there aren't the developers to write the contract that will drive platform adoption and usage. So basically what they've been doing is, as they're talking in this paragraph here, is that Cardano created a program where they're having people and developer coming in, and they're going to be basically giving a formation to these people to be able to use this Haskell and programming language that they will be that where Cardano was built on, to be able to test some of the project that will be built on the Ethereum blockchain, some of the dApps, and some of these developers that will be formed and instructed by Cardano will be able to create new applications and test and see how these are working on the network. And this will allow them to troubleshoot any issues that they may have before they roll out this Plutus. And the rolling out of Plutus is called Alonzo hard fork. In March, we had the Mary hard fork, which introduced native tokens, and the Alonzo hard fork will introduce Plutus. And on Plutus, they will be built on top of it, they will build Marlowe. With Marlowe as being a programming language that will allow just any user, just even someone who doesn't have programming language, will be able to use Marlowe to set up, execute, and manage financial contracts. And guys, this is really big because that's really what we want. We want people to be able to use these decentralized applications without the need of knowing the nitty-gritty of the blockchain itself. So then in terms of timeline, so we're going to scroll all the way down, and when we look at the timeline, so in 2019, that's when Cardano started working on the Plutus Playground web-based emulator. And then fast forward to 2020. In 2020, Cardano had the Shelly mainnet release. Shelly made Cardano basically decentralized. And then moving on into what is the era that we are in right now, which is the Goguen era. And in the Goguen era right now is we're going to have the starting in 2021, where we have the Plutus playground was already released. And so basically some people can actually use Plutus right now for some development groundwork or for some testing, but it's not available and basically launched on the Cardano blockchain. And so in Q1 we started this, and then in Q2 of 2021 we had the Mary hard fork. And then moving from Q2 of 2021 into Q3 of 2021, this is where we're going to have the Alonzo hard fork. And the Alonzo hard fork will implement Plutus smart contract. And guys, I'm telling you, once the Plutus smart contract is up and running on the Cardano blockchain, that's it. That is it. I'm telling you, Cardano or ADA, the native token of the cryptocurrency of the Cardano blockchain, will skyrocket. And I'm telling you, skyrocket. And I'm a bag holder, and I'm in, and I'm waiting for this time because I still believe that I don't think the bull market is ending yet. Yes, we've seen the sell-off. Yes, we've seen everything that's been happening, but I believe Cardano still has a long way to go. So now, I hope that I provided you with enough value in this video. If that was the case, please allow me to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, as it helps us with the YouTube algorithm to get our message to a wider audience. If you would like to start investing into the stock market and don't have an account with Webull, please, you can sign up with our Webull link in the description below. When you sign up and deposit $100, we both get 2 free stocks, or you can go through a passive investing route and use our M1 Finance link in the description below. And if you also deposit $100 there, we both get about $30. Or especially because this video is about cryptocurrencies, of course, if you would like to start investing in crypto and don't have an account with Coinbase, you can sign up for Coinbase link in the description below. When you sign up and buy at least $100 worth of cryptocurrencies, we both get $10 worth of Bitcoin. Or you can use BlockFi with our link in the description below to sign up. And when you use BlockFi, BlockFi will pay you interest on any cryptocurrency that you deposit on their platform. With that being said, I'd like to say thank you, and I'll see you in my next video on Sunday. Bye.